Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside Plymouth Regional High School here in the White Mountains of New Hampshire as we get set for this season opener in NHIAA Division II boys basketball as the Bobcats get ready to take on the Sabers of Souhegan High School. Hello, everyone. I'm Dan Salzer alongside my partner and Paul Ferentz as we welcome you into our coverage on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. Paul, we look at both teams first for Plymouth, two teams that are very inexperienced, very young, but a Plymouth side that has lost a lot of talent over the years and are looking to find their identity early on.
Well, they'll set the tone. They're going to be playing as hard as they always do and taking the cue from the coaches who get these kids very well prepared. And you're right. They're very young, very inexperienced. And by young, I mean they don't play with a lot of clock. They don't play with whistles before. This is all a learning process for these guys, but they're going to put their hearts out there. They play very hard for Coach Sullivan and Ben Cronin.
Again, you look at it, Coach Sullivan in his 12th year. Only two seniors on the roster for Plymouth going into tonight, and only three juniors, so that's the inexperience we talked about. But the lack of height could play a factor for Plymouth. You look at a Souhegan side that 6 players are listed 6 feet and above, albeit they've only have 5 roster players that have ever played loose term on varsity. A lot of bench players, according to Coach Pierce, over the last couple of seasons. But they've had a lot of turnover, but they expect to use their height to their advantage here tonight.
Well, they had a lot of success last year, and I'm talking to some of the alumni that are here, Brickley and Quayle and the boys sitting down front there, and they remember Souhegan taking them apart. So Souhegan's coming in here. It's their home opener, and they're on the road, 2-hour drive probably, and they're going to want to establish themselves right away. But I tell you, I will never count out Mike Sullivan coming up with something, either slow the game down, take the air out of the ball, and keep himself in the game. And he's going to utilize the whole bench. You know why? He doesn't know who he has.
Exactly. It kind of feels like that little
combo.
Scrimmage. Exactly. And talking to him during the JV game where the Bobcats fell short in that one a few moments ago, he was just saying it's going to be kind of a controlled chaos game. It looked to be kind of a high press for Plymouth against this height advantage of Souhegan. So you expect a lot of sloppiness, especially in the first half of the season opener for both teams trying to figure out both teams' identity. But I think if Plymouth can really use that three-quarter press, that high press to their advantage and get in transition, that could really factor in their favor here this evening. Yeah,
they're going to be in it. That's what Mike Sullivan does every year. He keeps them. They had a fabulous game here last year against Conval, was one of the better teams coming in. And I tell you, got down to the last 30 seconds of the game, and Conval was like lucky to get out of here. And it will always, I don't know why I get surprised, but that's what Mike Sullivan does. He's going to get the combo he needs. He's going to get out of them all they have. And should be a fun game. I hope they be a big upset to beat Souhegan, but I would love it.
We'll see what's going to happen. Warm-ups have come to an end. We'll turn it downstairs to the public address announcer as we get set for the starting lineups and national anthem.
Welcome to Plymouth Regional High School for tonight's Division II matchup between the visiting Souhegan Sabers and your home team, Plymouth Bobcats. Here at Plymouth Regional High School and in the NHIAA, we understand what an honor it is for student athletes to represent their schools and towns. Please be positive in every aspect of the game with sportsmanship from players, coaches, and fans. A couple of reminders before the start of tonight's game. Smoking and the use of tobacco of any kind is prohibited in the school building and on all school grounds. In case of an emergency, spectators are asked to leave the gym through the closest emergency exit. Thank you and enjoy tonight's game. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Sabers, at forward, number 33, Brady Rudolph. At center, number 34, Mike Maroon. At guard, number 13, Sam Corbett. At guard, number 4, Curtis Red. And at forward, number 21, Matt McCool. Souhegan is coached by Peter Pierce. Now let's hear for your home Plymouth Bobcats. Starting at guard, number 3, Quinn Toomey. At guard, number 5, Colby Cross. Also at guard, number 12, Robert Oliver. At forward, number 15, Samson DeRuvo. And at forward, number 32, Griffin Charlin. Plymouth is coached by Mike Sullivan and Ben Cronin. The officials working tonight's game are Mr. Brewster Gove and Mr. Larry Trombetta. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
So there you have it, Paul. Both starting lineups have been announced. Any surprises for you before we get underway?
A lot of surprises tonight.
Exactly.
No, there's a big team showing up here, and Souhegan, they want to get off on the right foot. They're a big group of kids, and they are bigger and stronger looking, but we'll see. I have complete faith in the coaching staff to come up with something.
So Plymouth will be in their home whites going left to right across your screen. Souhegan in their road black uniforms going right to left here for the jump ball, and already a mismatch in the circle with the height. You see McCool going up against the likes of the captain in Colby Cross.
He concedes.
He absolutely concedes, but we're underway here in the season opener in NHIAA Division II boys basketball.
They got the press out already.
And forcing a traveling
it's a game of turnovers
on Red. Can we look at the likes of Red? Curtis Red is already committed to playing lacrosse at Southern New Hampshire University when he graduates. Outshot attempt from Oliver comes up short.
Air ball starting off slowly.
Crossover on the attack. McCool drives to the basket, and it's off his leg and out of bounds. Possession to the Bobcats.
Cool's looking to go on. He wants to play D1 somewhere. Got a lot of work ahead of him.
And a traveling violation before the shot coming the other way for Charlotte. So this is the kind of sloppiness we expected. It is the season opener, but yeah. You got two very inexperienced teams at the varsity level doing battle here tonight, both wanting to get out to a hot start, but you just got to kind of play fundamentals early on. Randolph will drive in the lane. He's called for the offensive foul.
Plymouth has got things going their way already. An offensive foul, a turnover. So both teams have not quite figured out how they're going to attack each other tonight.
Both teams kind of really looking to play man-to-man to start with the inexperience. Good rotation by the Bobcats out at the point. Oliver's going to take one from outside. That one will hit the rim and bounce out. Back the other way. Driving is McCool. And he draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot two.
I don't think that's in the coach's plan to have him go coast to coast taking over. I think he'd like to have him set something up, but the kid's a talent. He's going to find his sea legs under him pretty soon and make sure he knows what he's doing.
Colby Cross is called for the foul on the block. So McCool at the line to shoot two. He'll come up short on the first.
Turnovers and foul shots. That's all it is, Dan.
Still looking for the first points of the season. And off the backboard and out. McCool will miss both free throw attempts. And good rebounding ability by the Bobcats. Back up the other way, skip pass into the corner on the far side for Deruvo, and that one misses. So a foul here on Plymouth on that reaching.
Still got that press working. 2-2-1 press.
We knew this was coming early on. Looks like Souhegan's starting to be able to work through. A cool outside three comes up short. And another miss. Either way, I'm going to say Oliver stepped out of bounds. So a turnover on the baseline. Short inbound on the near side. And a whistle and another turnover.
A lot of early mistakes. No points on the board.
Yeah, 6:19 remaining here in the first. But it'll come. Both teams have had some quality chances on shooting. Just haven't been able to put one through the bucket. Charlotte on the far side will leave it off for Cross. Good ball possession here for Plymouth. Cross takes the shove, draws the foul from McCool.
McCool helps him up. Nice bit of sportsmanship there.
We're going to call it on Red, his first. Baseline restart here for the Bobcats. Oliver trying to direct traffic on Charlin. Oliver getting the one-on-one matchup. Skipped out to the left. Opportunity for Toomey. I can't get that one to fall.
Wide open shot. You got to take it.
Again, not the greatest of shooting angles for him. Kind of shooting off his hip. And another traveling violation here on the Sabers.
Double dribble.
Or double, sorry. I'll take it.
Pleading his case to the ref.
Again, that was McCool pleading his case.
That always works.
High pressure. Bobcats stuck in the perimeter. Again, because of that height, here's Oliver pulling up for three. That one hits the back iron, and McCool comes down with a rebound. So already, Robert Oliver, 3 misses from downtown to start this game. Still no score. About to hit the midpoint. Approaching 5 minutes to go in the first. McCool one-on-one matchup down low. Gets the turnaround. Hook shot, and the putback, though, is in. Good effort coming.
Good follow-up.
Corbett.
Good follow-up by 13. Puts him on the board.
A lost dribble inside by Charland.
It's a carry.
And it is indeed. So another turnover near midcourt, and pretty much all these have been on McCool. Still no subs coming either way to start. So 2-0 lead for the Sabers early on the road.
Little play for Robert Oliver. They're going to clear out. He's going to go one-on-one. Here it is.
Gets that matchup. He'll drive baseline. He'll kick it out of the corner. Charlin for three, and that one will roll out.
Charlin's a three-point marksman.
Sabers tagging it away. A little trip up, though. This one's going to dance around the baseline and stay with Souhegan. Some subs coming in both ways here. Crawley and Pook is going to come in for the Bobcats. Out top are the Sabers working on the attack. Again, no shot clock in high school. Red directing traffic. Trying to find a lane and a whistle. They say a 3-second violation in the paint there on the Sabers. So again, the inexperience playing a factor here in the first quarter.
It's like a working scrimmage, as you said earlier. It's really
full court press, no look feed in the corner. Charlin for three. He'll knock it down.
He's got a beautiful shot, this young man. Been working on it all year. It's a travel.
And it is indeed. Good defensive pressure from Plymouth, causing another turnover here in the first. All right, what a pretty shot there from Charlin at the wing.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful stroke. I'd set him up.
Luga working over, gets the double team, dishes it off to Oliver. No look feed into the corner. Bobcats can't get the shot off. There's going to be a shooting foul, though. DeRuvo will go to the line as he took a hack on the arm.
Drew the foul. That's what you have to do. Get to the line. He's in there for rebounds and defense, but he's got some offense in him. Got to make your foul shots, though, boys.
Corbett will be called for the foul, his first. Team's fourth here. DeRuvo will knock down the first free throw attempt. Trying to make it a three-point game, and that one will roll out on the front rim. So a 4-2 lead for Plymouth here late in the first. McCool standing like a statue top of the key. Doesn't get the offensive foul for the Bobcats, and will get it in off the glass, and we're tied at 4. His first bucket of the season.
Little makeup call. We'll take it.
Call that on Primer, who subbed in a couple minutes ago for the Sabers. Again, full court press by both teams. Good split coming from Crawley. At the elbow, leaves it off for help. This one's driven in and cannot put it home there as Charlin stretched the other way. Again, talking with the Sabers before another traveling violation. That's the fourth one here in the first quarter. Again, they're trying to use their height to their advantage. Talking with head coach Peter Pierce before the game and really trying to work off transition. A turnover there as Red couldn't get it to fall, but a push in the back. And
this is a good steal by McCool. And they couldn't finish it. Souhegan is not bringing their A game tonight so far.
More subs coming in as Primer will pick up his second personal foul, team 6. So bonus time coming up on the next foul for Plymouth. High pressure up top, a reach in, knocked away though by Primer, and a turnover. McCool has the lane, drives, and he can't get the layup to fall, kind of hooked it around. Back up the other way goes Richardson. That's off of a Sabres player and out of bounds. 2:18 to go. Short inbound to DeRuvo. Oh, good give and go feed. DeRuvo tried to hesitate, had it stripped from behind. Still under pressure, gets the shot off, but no call coming, you're right. It's a tough one there for DeRuvo. Only 1 point for him tonight on the free throw attempt. He's 0 for 2 from the floor. Primer driving baseline, tries to get the little floater to go. He can't get it to fall. And it's going to be off of Souhegan and possession to Plymouth. Here in this 4-4 game with 1:48 to go in the first quarter. Low scoring affair.
I got the under.
Oh, good touch pass just out of the reach, but it finds its way to DeRuvo. Outside three for Buga, can't fall.
Shots there, they're not falling.
So
first game jitters.
But I like that little touch pass by Crawley in the middle, sensing the double team, and in the air, able to send it down court. McCool thought he was hacked, and it's going to roll off his fingertips off the wall, off to our left and out of bounds.
Not off to his best start. He's a little disappointed in himself. I think there's a lot of pressure on that young man to show up big.
Again, it's not only the first game for the players, the first for the officials as well. As we talked about it, try not to be critical as these officials work hard. Big collision on McCool there, diving forward, looking for the intercept on Cross.
McCool, he's pressing. He's trying too hard. Thinks they're not going his way. And he's still chatting with the ref.
I say it's his first personal foul. Team seventh, so 1-1 time, bonus time for the Bobcats.
In the first quarter, that's early.
Very early. As they'll knock down the first with Cross. His first points of the season. See the likes of Hamill checking in for Souhegan, number 2. And
Good
Cross
shooting.
knocks down both of them.
Good shooting.
So a 6-4 Bobcat lead late in the first. Reach-in foul here committed by Plymouth. We'll see who they're going to call it on. But nevertheless, possession to Souhegan along the baseline. Believe it's going to be on Crawley, and it is.
Very aggressive on defense. Trying to force those turnovers. It's worked well so far.
Corbett with the inbound to McCool. He'll work it back out top to Silk, who's just into the game. McCool working baseline. Skip pass to Primer at the wing. He can't knock down the tray. Good opportunity down low and a putback down low. Good work.
That was a big
from Corbett.
rebound. He went up and got that. Tough on the boards. Followed.
Worked into the near side. Richardson will leave it off for Oliver back in. Driving baseline, gets it, turned over though instead.
Not a good pass.
Hesitated, 30 seconds to go. McCool for 3, he'll knock it down this time. Only his second bucket of the season, his first three-pointer. He's got 5 points on the night so far. Skip pass near side for Richardson. He'll drive, nearly carried it. Back into the corner for 3. That one from Crawley rims out. McCool has it poked away from behind, but time will expire. The shot will not count. But at the end of the first, it's a 9-6 lead for Souhegan. We'll step aside here on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. Welcome back, fans, here inside Plymouth Regional High School in Paul. A low-scoring first quarter, but looking at Plymouth, what do they need to do here in the next 8 minutes in the first half to really kind of take control of this game?
I think they'd be better off going to the hole. They're shooting 1-1. The whole second quarter, you'll be on the foul line. You make your foul shots, you could live off it. Keep the press going and not turn it over like that.
Restart, and Primer with an easy layup on that turnover on the miscommunication. His first bucket of the season, and a 11-6 lead. Oliver nearly an up and down. Way outside, Charlin for 3. That one rims out, and Primer comes down with a board.
Open shot, he can make that. He's got to take it. He's got to hit the open shots. 6 points is not going to win this game.
Working on the wing. Opportunity for Hamill. That's inside for McCool. It rims out. And DeRufo with some good board presence comes down with a rebound. Oliver thought about pulling up for that 3 straight away. Worked back in, nearly a travel. Cross drives baseline. Leaves it off for DeRufo. It's knocked around and out.
Got to make these bunnies. They're right there.
Primer slow to get up behind the play. Looks like a sum getting ready to come in for Souhegan. McCool from the elbow. That one goes long, and he rushed the shot.
He rushed it. He forced it.
Charlin back out top. Finds the help with Cross. Into the corner. And Oliver sends a long 3. Oliver 0 for 4 from downtown to start the season. Near side for Hamill. That one rims out on the three-pointer of his own. Turnaround Hamill on the rebound. He'll get the layup. The biggest lead of the night for either side. It's 13-6 in favor of Souhegan. Oliver driving. And blocking foul. Almost. No. It was almost offensive. Official thought it was for a second. Head coach Pierce is essentially dumbfounded by the call. We started to go for the head and then goes for the blocking foul. So Oliver to the line to shoot two.
Home opener for the referees. They got to get their feel for the game again.
Tough one, though. Primer now in foul trouble with 3 here. Not even 2 minutes into the second quarter. So expect him to sit until the second half and late in the second half at this point. Oliver will knock down the first one. His first bucket of the season.
Good to see 13 go to the bench. He's been a terror on the boards.
And a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well with 6:08 to go in the second quarter. It's Souhegan 13, Plymouth 7 here on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. Welcome back once again inside Plymouth Regional High School. And Paul, as you get ready for the second shot in just a moment out of the timeout, what has stood out for you from both teams here in the early going?
Missing the easy shots. Wide open. They're working hard at it. Maybe there's just too much pressure on them. Trying really hard, and they're missing some easy bunnies. They're going to start dropping. But most importantly is get to the foul line. Those are gimmies. And take advantage of that. 1-1 till another 6 minutes.
Oh, it's getting close to double bonus time. Already 8 fouls on Souhegan. Again, over 6 minutes to go in the second quarter.
That's a gift.
Robert Oliver at the line to shoot his second. And he'll send that one long. Good hustle. DeRuvo battles for it, but they're going to say it's off of DeRuvo. And possession will go to Souhegan after a discussion. So 13-7 scoreline. You'd expect this midpoint of the first quarter, but we're in the second. DeRuvo gets the hands in the way. Good feed down low for Hamill, but he couldn't get the shot off. But a foul here, though, underneath the basket. And a tough one there, Paul.
He's going to the line. This is a gift.
The 9th foul on Souhegan here in the first half, and it's Hamill called for his first.
Some more subs coming in for Plymouth, like a hockey line changeup.
DeRuvo will have a seat on the bench, yep.
He's going to utilize all these bodies.
Now looks like Puga's getting ready to come in for the shooter in Robert Oliver. As it tips around for the first of the 1-on-1. So Oliver now 2 for 3 from the charity stripe. And he'll knock down both of these.
Very important you make those. Very important. Senior leadership. Those are the ones he's got to make. He hasn't found his three-point range, but he's got to hit those foul shots.
Well, he's got his 3 points so far from the free throw line. Let's cut the lead down to 4. McCool, top of the key. No feet in the corner. Touch passing here by Souhegan. Hamill sends a long 3-ball up and a foul down low on Charlin going for the tie-up. Tough one there on Plymouth. It's going to be, I believe, his first.
Only the team fourth.
McCool, little touch pass on the inbound, gets the floater to fall.
Too easy.
It's only his third bucket from the floor tonight. He's 1 for 3 from downtown and 2 for, well, he's 3 for 7 now, or 3 for 8 from the floor, if I can read my math correctly.
Setting Griff up for the three-point shot here.
Looking for it. Cross-driving baseline and a blocking foul called on Hamill. His second, so now with that, double bonus time for the next 5 minutes and 6 seconds.
It's crazy.
Oh, tough one here for Souhegan.
Drive the lane.
But that's what Plymouth need to exploit. You've got a team in foul trouble early on. You've got to attack the rim.
From now till half. They could live at that line, boy.
Colby Cross hits down another free throw attempt. He's perfect from the line so far tonight at 3 for 3. And
Beautiful.
4
Beautiful.
for 4. It's Colby Cross. Pump fake and a foul on the shot attempt. Good effort from Silk.
Too bad. Griff's got to go out. Silly foul.
So Silk at the line to shoot 2, his first shots of the season. And this one will miss. Mason Silk knocks down knocks down the second one, I should say. So back to a 5-point lead for Souhegan. Turned, kickball. But a dangerous pass near midcourt. And nearly 2 points the other way.
Coach Sullivan coaching them up. Coaching them up. Some of these kids are just coming off 4 quarters of JV ball.
Out top, under 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Deruvo looking for some options. Cross will work it to the near side. Again, sticking with this zone defense now since the late part of the first quarter. Souhegan, high shot off the backboard there coming from Joyce. First time on the floor tonight, number 21. McCool is smooth through the lane for an easy 2. So he's starting to heat up here in the second.
Yeah, that was too easy. Too easy.
Hard feed down low. McCool reads it perfectly, and with his height advantage towering over everyone else.
Good timeout, Coach.
So a timeout on the floor taken by Souhegan. We'll take a timeout once again with 4:01 to go in the second quarter. It's Souhegan leading 18-11 here on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. Welcome back inside Plymouth Regional High School. Coming out of the timeout taken by Souhegan at midcourt. And it seems as though, Paul, Souhegan's really starting to settle into a groove, finding their height advantage inside the paint.
They are. Can't make it that easy for him.
Red with a bounce pass into the corner. Finds Hamill. That's off of a leg, and they're going to call a kickball on Plymouth. Possession stays with the Sabers. Some of the guys, soccer season ended a little while ago. Maybe hasn't gotten out of their system just yet.
Tough. A lot of mistakes tonight.
That's what you expect in a season opener. And another one off the leg. It's going to stay with Souhegan with exactly 3:33 to go. But again, talking with head coach Peter Pierce before the game, and he's saying this is the first time a traveling violation on the near side on the step back and the slide from Corbett. He was saying that, this is the first season, and he can remember that they did not play fall ball as a program. So this is the first time, really, with all the weather delays because of the storms down south. They've already missed like 4 or 5 practices. Turnover here. McCool will drive and try to slam it home and misses. And he'll get poked in the eye from Deruvo for the foul call, and hopefully he's okay. But going back to that thought, not playing fall ball, not having a lot of these practices, that's leading to a lot of these mistakes on the floor.
Yeah, they got a lot to work. Well, they'll have a lot to work on after this film.
Deruvo will pick up his first team 6th here in the first half. So next one will be bonus time for Souhegan with 3:13 to go. 7-point lead for Souhegan. McCool will leave it over near side now for Hamill for 3.
That's going to hurt. They start making those.
First bucket
down 10.
First buckets for Hamill here in the second quarter. Cross, fed inside for DeRuvo. He's got the lane to drive, gets a little floater up, but it rims out. Tough one there for Plymouth.
Those are the ones you have to make. They're giving them to you.
McCool's going to step up for a deep three on the wing and nail it, and he's found his groove since a struggling first quarter.
Yeah, that was way too easy. You got to get on him.
Just like that, it's 24-11, and a turnover driving inside the lane there for Crawley. Back the other way in transition, points for Souhegan, and Plymouth is forced to call a timeout. We'll step aside once again with 2:12 to go in the second quarter. It's Souhegan 26, Plymouth 11 here on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. So back here out of the timeout taken by Plymouth, Dan Salzer alongside Paul Ferentz here on GSSN and Pemmy Baker TV. And things have kind of gone out of control a little bit here in the second, Paul.
It's a good timeout. They're going to come up with a big basket here. You got you got Charlin back in the game. He's a three-point marksman.
We'll see if Plymouth goes that route. Skip pass to the near side for Charlin. Driving baseline, and it just rolls out of his hands. DeRuvo nearly stripped it. Hamill the other way, and the easy 2 points. And it's 28-11.
Keep you cool, Plymouth. Don't let it get away from you.
DeRuvo in the corner, one-on-one matchup. We'll leave it off for Oliver back in out of that timeout. Gets the screen, no-look feed into the corner. Opportunity for Toomey. That one rims out. Tough one for Toomey.
One and done is not going to cut it.
McCool driving
nice walk.
And gets called for the travel. Third time for him tonight. Try to go for the Euro step, never left the ground.
Watching too much NBA ball.
But he's been effective. He's just trying to figure things out with the officials and how they're going to call it. Don't blame him. Nearly stolen out top. Cross feeds it near side. Oliver. No-look feed in the corner, and it just looks like the Bobcats just can't get in sync here.
Have not figured out this zone. You don't hit the three ball, the zone is effective.
Skip pass far side, driving, and a nice run coming for the likes of Corbett for two.
He's tough. He's tough. Strong to the rim.
Corbett so far, 6 points tonight.
Here it is.
Charlin for three. That one front rims out, and Corbett comes down with a rebound.
They have not found their rhythm. Not yet, Dan.
37 seconds to go here in the first half. McCool gets called for the traveling violation again. Lost the pivot foot. Didn't realize it as he stepped back at the charity stripe for the shot. So a chance for some momentum in the final shot for Plymouth if they decide to take it. Quick feed inside
there you
to
go.
Oliver. He's
Get to
fouled.
the line.
He'll go to the line to shoot two, and the little push in the back. It's off of Maroon, number 34. His first personal foul tonight. Correction, his second personal foul tonight. As Oliver
that helps.
Hits another free throw. He's 4 for 5 from the line this evening. And he'll hit the second one.
Good job.
Quickly back up into the corner, far side. Wide open, but Cross reads the pass. Will tip it out of bounds as he runs into the padding. But
good hustle getting back on defense for Cross. Breaks that play up. It looked like an easy layup.
Shows you why he's a captain for this Bobcat side here in 2019-2020 with that hustle effort. Trailing 17. Fed in. Hamill on the turnaround. Can't get it to fall. 2 seconds. Thrown up, and it will come up short on the attempt. So a sloppy first quarter, what saw very little scoring, but a contrasting second quarter where Souhegan really opened things up. And Paul, what are your big takeaways for both sides here going into the half?
Well, they had Souhegan where they wanted him, but Souhegan put on that burst. A couple of spurts, 6-7 points. They didn't take advantage of shooting from the foul line. 1-1 after the first quarter, so they got to regroup and try to figure it out. They haven't solved the puzzle of that zone because they're not hitting any 3 balls. If Charlotte can get it going, if Robert Oliver could finally hit one, that might loosen them up a little. But they're struggling. There's no doubt about it.
And on the other side, Souhegan started to find their rhythm and use that transition game to their advantage.
Yeah, they're good. And the coach is smart. He's pulling them when he needs them. Utilizing. And McCool, for all the mistakes he's made, he's keeping his cool. But he's effective. He's probably their leading scorer right here. He's going to be their go-to guy all year. And he's tough. He's tough to handle. He's good from 3, and he's good in the paint.
Well, we'll see what's going to happen. We're going to step aside here at halftime. When we come back, we'll break down some of the stats from the first half of play and get you ready for the start of the third quarter. But at the half, it's Souhegan 30, Plymouth 13 here on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. Welcome back, fans, here on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV as we get set for second half action between Plymouth Regional High School and Souhegan High School. Dan Salzer alongside Paul Ferentz here on the Granite State Sports Network, Pemmy Baker TV. As you mentioned, and Paul, really looking at it, we see the scoreline 30-13 as we get back underway here in the third quarter. But really the difference is that second quarter. Souhegan 21 second quarter points. Yeah,
we let it slip away from us a little, and we haven't found our offense yet.
But looked like a block down low where Charlin and an offensive rebound coming for Souhegan, but a turnaround shot missing there for Maroon.
Robert Oliver is not a playing in the paint kind of rebounding guy, but he's doing his best, playing hard. No call on that slap down.
And another miss.
To it. We got to find our range from 3. That'll bust that zone up. They're back in the man-to-man. Or zone matchup.
And a tough traveling violation here on Cross.
You know, I'm glad they're calling that. They're shuffling their feet all the time. I see it all over college.
Yeah, it's that pump fake. Just move that pivot foot just enough at the wing.
See if we could generate some turnovers here.
Skip pass near side. McCool with a Euro step gets it to fall.
You can't leave him alone. I don't know why they leave him alone. He's their one go-to. He's going to get them all moving in the right direction.
Kicked outside for Cross. Charlin top of the key. Leaves it off for Oliver. And a foul there on the block down low. Believe it might be on McCool, as McCool will give a handshake there to Oliver. And you're right. Correction here, it is on red. So his second, team's first here in the second half. But again, we talked about it at the end of the first quarter when it was a scoreline 9-6, that there was bonus for Plymouth, but they couldn't take advantage of it. Only 7 points in the second quarter as this one outside from Oliver misses.
You know why? He's got to take that shot. You're open. You got to build your confidence somehow. That's got to have to drop for him today.
And so far, Oliver 0 for 5 from behind the arc. And good transition and easy layup there for Rudolph. His first points of the season.
He's going to pull that press off. They do that again. We have to find some offense. That's the key.
Back the other way, McCool goes for the slam again and
gets
called for the foul. You're right, hanging on the rim.
0 for 2 on the dunks. It's fun to dunk.
It is, but
if you can. He's 0 for 2 tonight.
But that's going to be a technical, too, for hanging on the rim there on McCool. So we're going to have shooting coming up for Oliver, who's been stout from the free throw line this evening. He'll miss the first one. Commentator's curse coming into play.
Come on, Robert.
Now 5 and now 6 for 8 tonight from the free throw line.
And possession.
And possession with that technical foul on McCool. I'm trying to look at it for McCool. 14 points so far for him. Leads the team.
Matches Plymouth's total.
Yeah, that's difficult to see right now. Oliver under pressure from Red.
Got to move the ball, Robert.
Okay, no shot clock in high school. Oliver gets the screen he wants and will airmail that one. Good hustle play down low from Toomey, but the shot from Charlin goes up and over the backboard and out of play.
Wide open, pressure's on. You got to keep taking that shot. If you're open, take it.
Charlin now 1 for 4 from downtown. Fed down low, and that's an easy bucket coming for Rudolph.
Yeah, you can't give up the easy ones when you're not scoring yourself.
No look feed near side for Cross. Had Toomey cutting. Again, Oliver outside. That one halfway down and out. Still looking for his first three-pointer of the season is Robert Oliver. And right back the other way with Red. 38-14 the scoreline in favor of Souhegan on the road. Oliver this time the other wing and rims out, and it just seems as though Plymouth is just trying desperation shots here to try to chip away at this lead. McCool the other way in the and one.
Got to call a timeout here.
So we'll see what happens. It looks like that will be the case. And you're right, Plymouth will call a timeout here.
Stop the bleeding. Souhegan's getting on track.
It's been hot for Souhegan, absolutely. With 4:46 to go in the third, we'll step aside here on the Granite State Sports Network, Pemmy Baker TV. So back here for the and one shot for McCool.
See how his foul shots are. He already missed a couple, didn't he?
He did back in the first quarter. And misses the third time tonight from the line, but that's one of his only blemishes besides his traveling violations.
And a foolish foul. Foolish foul.
With that push, picks up his third. Again, Matthew McCool, game high 16 points. It's more than Plymouth has total. Charlin trying to change that for three. That one front rims out. Good
So
opportunity
close.
for him.
No cigar. Close, no cigar.
He's missed
Really
two three-point attempts here in the third, driving the lane, and a foul here as McCool will go back to the line to shoot two on DeRuvo.
He cannot go coast to coast. You got to have him pick the ball up. You get on him right away so he stops his dribble. He's going coast to coast a number of times, and now with him on the line.
And he'll hit his first free throw attempt of the night. Again, DeRuvo's second team foul, team second. And McCool with the back rim knocks down the second one.
Nice touch.
So 18 points now for McCool. And a turnover that's off his foot. Play continues, though, and he'll take it all the way for an easy two on the layup.
And looking for the foul.
20 points for Matthew McCool. And he is, except for that technical hanging on the rim, has been stout. And one here.
Great
coming
move by
for
Griff.
Charlin.
Great move by Griff.
Griffin Charlin gets to the line, trying to spark his side. Looking at it, that's Silk's first foul, team's fourth. And the and one rims out, but Richardson just into the game again, comes up with a rebound. Charlin for a deep two at the wing, comes up short. 44-16 the scoreline in favor of Souhegan on the road in the season opener. Hamill under pressure. Kicks it back out top. Good work coming for the like of Primer, who's in foul trouble, but back in here in the third and a turnover. Back the other way, pulling up is Crowley for three. That one front rims. Offensive board for Plymouth as it's batted around and finds its way to Crowley. Good touch passing here by Plymouth on the near side. That one comes up short from Crowley again. But it seems as though, Paul, Plymouth is starting to get on the same page at the moment. Nice touch passing, that's kind of triangle offense set up in the corner.
They gotta come up with something.
And another travel here, this time called on Silk with a double team at the top of the key. Will Fogarty will check in, same with Parker Keeney for Plymouth. Richardson driving, splits, high off the glass and in. Great work coming for Richardson.
Picking him up a little here, picking him up. You
Way
can't give the
outside,
open
though.
look outside with nobody on him.
Hamill outside. I believe they called it for a deep two. Then another turnover. Fast break points coming. Hamill on the fed, gets blocked down though by Richardson. Fed and hit from behind, a foul called on Plymouth. Tough break there before the shot. It's going to be on Crowley.
This is the JV team on the floor for Plymouth right now. And they're going to get a lot of experience this year. They're going to pay their dues. And hopefully they'll learn from it.
But it's great to get that experience throughout the depth. You never know, a tweak here, you're going to have bodies be able to fill into the offense. Despite how young and how green this team is, so to speak, according to head coach there and Mike Sullivan. And so it's a young team, it's an inexperienced team, and we're going to have to learn and grow together. And they've been kind of trial by fire here tonight as this one misses.
Parker with a rebound. Called a jump ball on him.
Possession arrow in favor of Plymouth. So the Bobcats trail by 30 here in the season opener and home opener for them. 48-18. And a kick ball against Souhegan as Puga tries to find Crowley at the top of the key.
Souhegan's backed off a little. He's got 3 starters on the bench, I think.
Again, it's, as we talked about it multiple times tonight, both teams just needing to work through systems and figure out their identity. What team are they going to be? Is it is with Plymouth, there's going to be a small team that has to work on transition and kind of really win games that way. Good shot from the short corner there for Plymouth. Oh, and for Souhegan, the likes of the height that they have, are they going to be a team that is going to go away from that transition game and those turnovers we saw in the first half and be a team that's going to set up like this and control the paint? Turnaround shot missing there for McBride. And Puga
got the call.
Got that call indeed on the blocking foul. So they're going to call that one on Safar's there. Be his first. Team's 5th. With 53 seconds to go in the third. Richardson for 3. That one rims out. Good effort for him in the corner.
Still looking for that offensive spark. Not showed up yet. It's going to give these JV players a chance.
Safar's a feed down low for McBride on the turnaround shot, misses. And a loose ball is going to go with Plymouth. So more subs coming in for both sides. See Charlin checking back in for Richardson. Trying to get that outside shooting going.
Yeah, he's a good three-point threat. There it is.
And does right on cue, but unfortunately comes up short. He's missed all 3 attempts here in the third, and back the other way easily goes Hamill.
One thing not to find your offense, but you got to play D and not give that easy layup.
Correction, my apology, not Hamill. That's the like of Silk.
One and one on the next foul.
Once again, by this time, only 10 seconds to go in the third quarter, but still. But the fact is, Souhegan didn't have that affect them. Despite getting into double bonus early on in the second quarter, Plymouth couldn't do anything with it. Puga for 3, that one misses. Good effort on the back door. Loose ball, still loose, and it's going to stay with Plymouth.
Good hustle by Will Fogarty coming in, grabbing that rebound.
1.1, got a catch and release. Fogarty with a pump fake, doesn't get the shot off. It rims out though. But another big quarter coming for Souhegan as we'll head to the fourth quarter. It's Souhegan 50, Plymouth 20 here on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. Fans looking to advertise your business during Plymouth Regional High School events, then email us at granitestatesn@gmail.com for great opportunities available today through the end of the spring semester. Again, in-game commercial breaks as you've seen here this evening, in addition to title sponsorship and promotional reads. Everything you need to promote your great business. Contact us today at granitestatesn@gmail.com. Back underway here, Paul, in the fourth quarter, and another 20-point effort for Souhegan in that third, and they've broken the game wide open.
Yeah, happened quick.
Oliver back into the corner. Fed off for Joyce for 3. That one goes long. Batted around the baseline. That's going to be off of Souhegan. Good hustle coming down low once again for DeRufo.
Yeah, Sampson plays hard.
Joyce for 3 again in the near corner. That one halfway down and out. Tough break for him. Back the other way. Left off and the behind the back feed. That one rims out though. Tough one for Burke. Burke at the line. He'll hit the first. Colin Burke, the sophomore. And we'll hit both of them. So his first buckets of the season coming into the fourth, and more substitution. Depth players coming in for Souhegan, getting experience early on in the year. Joyce again for 3 here on the wing, and this one rims out his third one in a row.
There's a lid on the basket for Plymouth tonight. It's unfortunate. They've got the open look. Nothing's falling.
Crossover for Silk, driving in the paint with a little pull-up, hits the front rim and falls out. And you're right, a foul here though on the far side, and it almost feels as though the rim is shrunk a little bit down here.
Tough.
And unfriendly bounces for Plymouth.
Just not falling tonight. Not for lack of trying, the open look.
But it will be bonus time, as Paul mentioned, for Plymouth the rest of the way for the next 6 minutes and 44 seconds. Toomey will be at the line for the 1-and-1. I call McBride for his first personal foul, and now team 7th.
Got McCool's back in, looking for the elusive dunk.
Toomey misses the
Sampson with the hustle.
first one, but you're right, hustle into the corner, keeping it alive for Plymouth. Oliver from way downtown comes up short, and McCool comes down with a rebound.
That is tough. Captain's trying to do all he can.
McCool spinning, driving to the lane, comes up short on the shot attempt. Oliver fed to Toomey, no look to cross. And that's off of his leg towards the baseline and kept alive by McBride. And
What
just
a
things
save. Hell of a save.
are falling apart for Plymouth quickly once again. Blocked from behind though, Cross getting them down late. Back court comes up with a block. Oliver drives to the lane, high off the glass and misses. North-south we go. Fed in and a great feed coming from McCool. 54-20. It's been all Souhegan since the first quarter. Oliver this time hits his first three-pointer of the season. Better late than never. It's now 1 for 8 from downtown, and a timeout taken by Souhegan. We'll step aside one more time with 5:28 to go in regulation. Souhegan leads it 54-23 over Plymouth Regional High School. Welcome back, fans, here on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. And Paul, looking at things, yes, it's a difficult scoreline to look at for Plymouth, but there's got to be some good things that the Bobcats can take away so far from this game in the course of the next 5.5 minutes or so that they can build off of over the course of the season.
The fact that they have some open looks is encouraging. So they're running the right offense. They're just not dropping them. 23 points, not going to cut it. Not in any game against anyone.
Fed in the corner, double team on the pressure coming from Plymouth. McCool thought about pulling up, and he's called for another travel. So he lost the pivot foot once again.
He's struggling. Coach is trying to defend him. Didn't look like a travel.
It was close. And the junior and Matthew McCool has been stellar here tonight. Over 20 points for him. Oliver missing well wide to the right, but pressure down low with DeRuvo. Gets fouled. Going back up to the basket, he'll go to the line to shoot two. Foul coming on Jayan. Correction, Jane there on the foul.
Comes a whole new hockey shift coming in.
And they'll have to wait.
3 JV players and Griff Charlin. Oh boy, come on.
Tough one there for DeRuvo. He'll miss his first.
Take your time, Sampson. Nice and easy.
1 for 3 from the line here tonight as those subs come in for Plymouth. Here with just under 5 minutes to go.
Ooh.
And he'll miss wildly off to the left. Skip pass into the corner. McCool driving baseline. Little floater rims out. Pressure on the back door, and it's put back up and in nicely by Maroon.
Yeah, they've beaten us up on the boards all night.
Griffin Charlin from the wing on the right side for 3. Misses. Back the other way. Jane from the wing. Skip pass far side. And it really can be a point of just Souhegan just kind of chewing down the rest of the time on the clock here and getting ready for the long bus ride back down south.
Yeah, got the JVs in there now with Griff.
Back underway after the tip out of bounds. Silt trying to feed into McCool. McCool with a triple team is stolen away nicely by Plymouth. Little pump fake by Fogarty. He'll get the little runner to fall.
Great shot. Good move. Got a lot of offensive potential. Will Fogarty's got a beautiful, sweet left-hand jumper. He's going to get a lot of experience this year, and then he's going to grow.
Yeah, it feels like he's going to hit that growth spurt and kind of fill out his frame a little better. Good pressure down low. McCool in the turnaround attempt. That one's blocked down. He'll miss another one here this quarter. And it's stolen away, though. It's going for the dunk. This time he'll get it. So now 1 for 3 on dunks is McCool.
Nice pass to coach right there.
Good hands by Sully.
Yeah, he's just going to coach these kids up. all year. They're going to get better. They're going to work hard. And it'll all pay off eventually.
And that's what this Plymouth team has been known for over the years, is despite the lack of talent, or if they've had talent over the course of the years, it's a team that always works hard, always looks to improve game in, game out, every practice. They don't fall back on their heels and get down. It's just on to the next game, that Patriot way and that feel, and that's all coming from head coach Mike Sullivan in his 12th season. As McCool will rim this one in.
He is going to work as hard as he's ever worked this year. But again, it will pay off. These kids pay attention. They're going to learn a lot.
We'll miss that second one. Reach from behind to knock it free, but possession will stay with Plymouth. Here with just over 3 minutes to go. Little finger roll coming from Charlin, comes up short.
Looking for the call, no call.
Touch pass in the other way, and a foul. And one coming for Silk.
Will Fogarty tried to prevent that. Ended up fouling him for the and one.
Fogarty picks up his first personal foul. Team 6. So next foul on Plymouth will be bonus time. Meaningless really for Souhegan at this point, leading 61-25. Again, for those of you watching on Pemmy Baker TV, stay tuned. Post-game interview with head coach Mike Sullivan. Back the other way with Richardson at the wing. Getting the double team. And at times, Paul, really have liked the ball movement from Plymouth. Working well at the top of the key. Richardson, far side again, looking for a lane with 2.5. Puga on the near side. Looking for an option. Again, that just height playing a factor. Plymouth can't get a shot off at the moment.
No, it's very tough for them to generate their own shot.
Good rotation. Richardson rims out.
I think Souhegan will give him the 23-footer all night. Just haven't hit it.
Silk over the timing line.
Charlin had one, and I think Oliver had one. That was our 3 balls.
Oh, great feed coming in there.
Yeah, nice
from
give and
Rudolph.
Go. Nice give and go. Nice win for Souhegan. Make that bus ride home a little easier.
It was Maroon there with a layup on that give and go. Rudolph. Back inside for Keeney. Kicks it out to the right for Crowley, who will miss the shot.
Wide open. All 3 balls.
Silk with 1:40 remaining. Works out top. But again, I'm loving the hustle from the quote-unquote JV players of the team right now for Plymouth, getting another turnover here in the 4th.
Refs are holding a whistle, I think.
Puga for 3 will knock it down.
Is that 3 ball?
It was close. Might have been a 2. They're going to count it a 2. His toe was on the line.
That's promising, though.
So he's got 4 points tonight.
Played a bunch in the JV game, so that's promising.
Again, talking with head coach Mike Sullivan going into tonight's season opener. A nice putback down inside the paint, and that's the height advantage working for Souhegan. You know, he's saying most of his roster is going to be those 6-quarter-a-night players. You know, you play the first 2 in the JV, and then you're going to have to play all 4 in the varsity level. That's the rule that's allowed in high school basketball in the state of New Hampshire. So can't play 8 quarters a night, but you can play 6, as this one is a miscommunication. The bobble goes out of bounds in favor of the Sabers on the far side of the court.
The clock is running.
Yeah, with that.
It's got to be a new rule.
With that score differential,
We're
yeah.
up 40. What is it?
Don't know.
35?
It's new to me, so tweet at us at Granite State SN if you know.
Well, football's 35 points. It might be 35 in basketball.
Could
Pretty
be.
good mercy rule.
The time will expire. Final 5 seconds here is Souhegan. It was a close one to start. It was 9-6 in favor of the Sabers at the end of the first quarter, but it was Souhegan taking control the rest of the way. They'll come away with a 65-28 victory on the road. And Paul, a tough one here for Plymouth, obviously because of the scoreline, but a lot of good things we saw from both teams here tonight.
Well, they hit some nice foul shots, and that's been a bugaboo for years. So they're pretty good from the line tonight, Plymouth. And they had some wide open looks. So they just got to start dropping, I think, over the course of the year, course of the season. They'll find their range. And it's, again, first night against a team that beat them by 50 last year. So they kept away from that mark. But they're going to work hard, and he's going to find the combo. And these kids are going to get a lot of experience.
So that's going to do it for us here this evening here on the Granite State Sports Network, and we thank you for tuning in. For those of you watching on Pemmy Baker TV, stay tuned for the post-game interview coming up next. But that for our entire staff, our producer and cameraman and Andrew Fenn, my partner tonight and Paul Ferentz, I'm Dan Salzer. Final score for the final time, it's Souhegan Sabers 65, Plymouth Regional Bobcats 28. We'll see you next time here on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. Welcome back, fans, here inside Plymouth Regional High School. Joined now by Plymouth Regional High School head coach and Mike Sullivan. Coach, a tough one here tonight, obviously with the score line, a big loss here to Souhegan, but a young team. First quarter, let's go back to that. You held the Sabres to a 9-6 score line at the end of the first 8 minutes. It looked like you guys were able to get that press going. What was looking well in your eyes?
Yeah, we came out with a lot of energy, and I think second quarter we ran out of gas, and we've been talking about how we need to push ourselves a little bit more at practice to get in shape to be able to play a faster style. So we run out of gas, and then we let them keep scoring, and we were struggling in the second quarter to score buckets and get into our press. And it just, you watched our inability to score really be the difference in the game for us today. And, you know, I thought we played pretty good defense for the most part. We were able to keep them off balance, but just not enough. You can't score 28 points and win in Division II.
Well, looking at things, though, in that first half, at the end of the first quarter, you guys got on the bonus, but really couldn't do anything with that, though, despite getting double bonus in the second. What things can you kind of work with your team on to take advantage of that situation throughout the season?
Yeah, we were talking about it on the bench and pretty happy that we had them in foul trouble. We were getting ready to run an offense where we spread them out a little bit and we can start attacking the basket. Coach Pierce made a good adjustment, went zone, kept us on the perimeter, and actually kept them from fouling a little bit. We had some really bad turnovers against their zone that just didn't allow for us to get anything going, and that translated to easy buckets for them. So it wasn't, you know, we have a lot of things we need to work on. Our zone offense is one of them. Just being a little bit stronger with the ball, you know, being ready and prepared to catch and score. But I thought we can build on the first quarter. We came with a lot of energy. We're physical. We rebounded the ball well, so we're going to try to use that as momentum to build and try to get a little bit better after the break.
Despite the poor shooting effort, unfortunately, here tonight, you guys had a lot of open opportunities, especially from the wing and from downtown. How can you kind of keep the energy up and the focus up when you had opportunities like that the rest of the season?
Yeah, we just talk about when it's your turn, you have to shoot it, because if you're not going to let it go, then I got to put somebody in that will. We had scrimmage against White Mountain in the preseason. We hit 13 threes. So we have the ability to shoot the ball, but we have to be set and we can't be contested. So I thought we forced some shots throughout the course of that game, and we just have to, when it's not our turn, keep it moving and wait for the open shot. I think when we're open, we're a pretty good shooting team.
Coach, thank you for your time. Happy holidays to you, and we'll see you in the new year.
Same to you, and I appreciate all you do. Thanks.
Head coach Mike Sullivan. That's going to do it for us here this evening inside Plymouth Regional High School. For our entire staff, we thank you for tuning in. Final score once again here this evening, it's Souhegan 65, Plymouth 28. We wish you all the happiest of holidays, and we'll see you in 2020.